Howdy. Let's talk about my buddy Dardragon. Just feel like it. I have two stories about Dardragon. Well, two stories and a handful of anecdotes, I guess. Dardragon was super into music, as in his actual job in real life is repairing like brass instruments in a music shop. He loves music. Everything to do with music is just his life. And I will never forget this one time he was having an argument with Parn about the K-Darva Meyer music. Parn hated that song. And Dardragon was just like, how dare you? How dare you speak ill of such a wonderful composition, such a mood-gathering tonality? How dare you? They had it out. They were very opinionated about music. But and there's all the fun end game stuff we let our social shell through, that sort of stuff. But there's two things that I always remember the most when I think of Dardragon. And one of them was the time he was telling us a story. I believe he was like 8, 9 years old. He was quite young. And as I recall, his mom and his dad decided that they were all going to go out for a family movie night. And I'm almost 100% certain that it was Aladdin. When the first Aladdin, like the cartoon one, back in the 90s, was in theaters. And his dad happened to be a park ranger. To the extent that his job was culling the buck populations in the forests around. So, whole family goes out one night. Only gone for maybe 2.5 hours total. Go see a Disney movie. We're going to grab some McDonald's, and then we're going to go home. They get home and their house is on fire. Not just on fire, but engulfing blaze on fire. Fire marshal, he, next day, the sun is up. The house is an ashen pile on the ground, and everything inside of it is no more. Not a very nice thing to see when you're an 8-year-old child. You went out to see a Disney movie and you came home and you don't have a house anymore. Well, as it turns out, the fire marshal happened to find a pamphlet about 3/4 of a mile away. Little, just regular piece of printer paper, folded into thirds. It was a pamphlet detailing how to make Molotov cocktails. And it had specific instructions inside of it, painfully detailed paragraphs explaining to make sure you look inside all the windows of a property, over the fence, perhaps even going into the backyard itself, to make sure that there are no animals present before setting fire to the house. PETA. PETA set my friend's house on effing fire. Guess what I think about PETA? But anyway, I wanted to talk about a silly little thing that Dardragon and I did back in the day. One of my favorite things I ever did in Final Fantasy XI, and it has nothing to do with a rare drop, an abjuration, nothing to do with money, none of that. He was Sandorian, I was Bastock. And one day we just decided it'd be cool to see another nation's storyline. So we both changed to Windhurst, but we decided let's not just do missions, We both have a couple 75 jobs at this point. Let's make it fun. Let's role play. Now, I am not given much to role play in the serious sense. I am an overly serious person. So if I'm going to role play a character, I'm going to be a dork. And I'm going to role play a goofball. That's what I do. So we decided we're going to set a few rules. Number one, no fast travel. No teleporting, no warping, no outpost warping, nothing. Walking and running on foot. That's how we're going to do all of our windy missions today. And we're going to name ourselves. Well, actually, we named each other. I named him Feathers McGraw. And he named me Witchman Valesti. I was wearing adamant armor with an optical hat and using an iron splitter because I wanted to use Spirit Taker. Because we kind of decided let's be these characters, you know, like let's not change gear or anything like that. Like whatever armor we have equipped, well, other than the 2-3 dragon fight and the 5-1 Fei-Yin fight, whatever we have equipped, you have to leave it on the whole time. That's you. That is your character. And so that's what we did. A paladin subbing white mage, and a red mage subbing black mage. I had all the main status heals. He had the refresh. And we both certainly had damage mitigation for anything we would be up against. So let's just go have fun, you know? We don't need to take it so seriously. We don't need to speed run this. We can make a memory out of it instead. And we hit a couple snags. Having to shout in Windhurst to get people for the dragon fight. And then convincing people to walk to Mara to get on the boat to go over there and fight it. We could only get 2 people. One of them was a black mage who could elemental seal sleep the dragon. But yeah, you know, we just did the dragon fight with 4 people because it's not that hard. What was hard was getting people to start in Juno and effing walk to the QB arena in Fei-Yin. And thankfully, after like an hour or something, we did manage to find 4 other people who realized, like, these guys are role-playing on Final Fantasy XI. I'm gonna hang out with these fools, see what their deal is. We had this one Galco monk who was he was just having fun. You could tell it was his first time role playing, and his first time just like emoting and talking in character, and he was having a blast. And I was like, good. I am glad we introduced someone to something that they can have fun with on a freaking video game. It's important. But seriously, we're walking from Upper Juno, Battalia Downs, Jugner Forest, Lathine Plateau, frickin' West Ronfru, East Ronfru, Rankmont Pass, all the way through Bustine Glacier, all the way through Fei-Yin to fight those skeletons. And then we walked back to Windhurst to turn the thing in. Or Juno, or wherever it was. I actually kind of, sorry to say, I forget where you go to turn that in. But anyway, I just remember, you know, all of us running through the castle, getting to the throne room, and, you know, we're all 75. We don't have to fight anything. But that Galca monk, his character had PTSD from goblins. So while we were in the castle, he stopped to fight every single goblin, and he's just like screaming profanities and yelling, "Father, no!" Like, he was getting into it. He made it really fun. I hope we made it fun for him too. But yeah, you know, we clear the Shadow Lord, go back to Windhurst, get rank 6, and then we started at 11 a.m. and we finished at 11 p.m. So it took us 12 hours to get to rank 6. And then I went back to Bastock. He went back to Sandy. And then we never touched a Winter's mission again. But it doesn't matter how many characters or servers that I play this game on or whatever. I will never have more fun doing rank missions than I did doing Winters to rank 6 with Dardragon. I miss him. He has since taken himself off the internet entirely. He doesn't want social media communications anymore. And I miss talking to him. He was a good friend and a cool dude. But, you know, you're not always going to know people forever. Appreciate the good people in your life while they're still there. Just so that you can hold on to those good memories. Because in the end, it's pretty much all you're going to get. Thanks for listening. Appreciate y'all's time. Hope you have a good one. Peace.